This is the start of our Big Bend adventure. Right now we're on 2627, and these are some of the mountains over here. You can see the sky is beautiful today. It's actually 48 degrees right now, but to me it feels just about perfect. So I'm just hand holding all this, so it may not be the greatest, but I'll show you where we're at. Like I said, we're on 2627, and we are heading right to 385, and then we'll make a left. Right there, that sign, you should see 385. And then we'll be in Big Bend. And here we are getting ready in our Big Bend National Park, as you can see. If we zoom up a little bit. There you go. Right back out. And you know, look at some of the hills around here. Okay, we've just come into the park as far as the pay gate. We've just gone through that, just literally a few hundred feet back. And then here's the view from that you first get inside the park. As you can see, I think those mountains right down there, those little peaks that you see, right about the center now, are really cool. And here's a couple of plants up close. And just to show, right up there on the left, that's a little building. I think where probably people stay or something, and right around the curve up there is where you pay. Here's one of the first roads you run into in the park. And if you look at that sign over there, that says Persimmon Gap. Let's see if we can focus that in. It says Persimmon Gap Ranch a half a mile, Chalk Draw Ranch 10 miles. So might do that at another time. Okay, now this I thought was just an interesting rock formation over here. See, let me brighten it up a little bit. Right through there. Hope it's coming through. Looks a little washed out in this. I think it's rather cool. Okay, then here's some more of the mountains here in a different look. Pretty nice, I think. Those peaks way out there. Coming up the road, you see I'm between this little pass, you see the mountains. I think that's kind of cool. Don't know if it's coming through very good in this or not, but I'll show you how it changes just as you go across. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, here's the tunnel. Leads down to Rio Grande Village. See all the mountains back there behind it. Pretty cool. There's the rocks up there beside us. And then we get back down here to road level. And of course where we come from. Here is the Rio Grande River. Down by Rio Grande Village. You can see the reflection in the water. That's one thing I wanted you to see. Pretty cool. And that side that you're looking on the left is Mexico. Right there. That is all Mexico. Now, we were here years ago. Let me get over to the point. Right up, yeah, in there, we saw an owl. But, of course, this trip, he's not there. Here's the water. See more reflections there. And then, on down there in the mountains out in the distance. And down here, if you can hear it or not, There's a little tiny waterfall down there that everything's running. Kind of hard to focus. But that's the Rio Grande. Here we're on River Road. We came from that direction. This is east. So you're looking back east. And then, not to make you dizzy, I'll just shut this off. And this is heading west, which is obviously the way we're heading. Out through here. I think one significant thing to note is that in the distance right there in the center, that I believe is Elephant Tusk. So there's always that. And there's the rest of the mountains. They're awful hazy and don't look so hot. But that's that. Just sort of a dirt, gravel, bumpy road. So that's cool. Alright, now here we're coming down the road heading this way. And here's a big old downhill as I walk up here. Hopefully you can see. Down there, it's just a nice little dip. I don't like much on here, but it's actually pretty steep. And then if you look out there in the distance, you see the road careening on. Big mountain out there. And then just a lot of barrenness here. And back behind us, you can see that's the Carmens. Those are all in Mexico. Pretty cool, right? Out here in the desert where you think there's no life, we've got little purplish looking flowers here. And then if you're going up through these, let's see what we got. Right there. A nice bluebonnet. What do you think of that? So, life in the desert. To me, when a lot of people think about the desert, this is what they comprehend. A little old dead tree out there in the middle of a bunch of sandy looking dirt. Nothing good. And so that's what this landscape here is. Just look in the background back there, you see the mountains. And see, all of this is definitely brown, no doubt about it. And dead. But just a minute ago I showed you some life with flowers and stuff. So there's actually a lot of life. And you see the big mountain up there. And it is big. And here's the road that we're still traveling. Right on down. Then look at the other side of the road, you see? Nice and green life right there. Literally across the road. Just show you, that's where we were. So, then out here you see you got some more of this dead stuff and that hill up there with all. There we go. And then this little tree out here, you can see. It's hard to tell focus with this, with the brightness of everything. And then if you look over top of that little hill there, you see that mountain right there. So, not too bad. Let's go back out wide again. And then you can see some of this landscape. Definitely looks like the moon, right? Thought I'd try a little bit of video driving down the road. See how rough and rocky this part of it is. Pretty shaky, huh? Pretty shaky indeed. See the road going by us here. And here, just to give you a side view, there's that. And then of course we got that mountain over there. Back to the road. That's that. Check out this cactus out here. The color and the shape of that thing, pretty weird, pretty different. Take a picture of it that I think looks like better in a video, but I think it's pretty wild out here on this hillside. And that's the rest of the hill. Take you out here and show you. Here's where we come down. You can see it looks kind of treacherous. This is the road in front of us. See the rocks there? Didn't mean to cut that off. Off out there in the distance. Try to get this focused in. Man, I got a fly on my face. But that's where we're heading. We're coming down the road here. I noticed these cliffs that's got all this scarring on it. Like scar tissue. It's really kind of strange. Washed out there, but let me try to zoom in here. Let's see if we can get that focused. It's just darn near impossible to see. Hopefully that's coming in. It's very weird. Just thought you'd like to see it. And stop. We got these little weird rocks back here you see up there. Just kind of standing guard. And that big brown hill there. So that's different. Thought that's kind of cool. And here we made another stop after coming quite a number of miles here. Now that, I believe I made a mistake early on in this video, and I think, fairly certain, but not 100%, but fairly certain, that that is Elephant Tusk, as they call it now. I don't get the name, but this is what I've heard that it's called, so I guess we'll stick with that, as crazy as I think it might be, but, you know, that's the way it seems to go. But that, as I'm trying to get it more focused here, should be Elephant Tusk. There's the mountains over to that side of it. That's the road right out there. Somewhere. Here's the road. There's Elephant Tusk to the right. Just more mountains out there in the distance. That's where we're heading.